And we are live, people. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So glad you're here. If you are here, let me know who is here. Let me know who's here in the chat. Exclusive Santa Claus shirt. Why? Because it's comfortable. All right, let's see who is here. Who is he? Oh, we got the thumbs up, and I didn't even do anything. I just showed them my Santa Claus. Noah Garza. I'm pretty sure I introed you like that last week as well. Bold, try some Canada Dry. McKenna, what's up, y'all? What's up, Richard and Taylor? Eating some amazing food. Gigi. Hi. Hey. That means what's up in Japanese. Riley, what's up, Riley? I'm so glad you're here, Riley. What's up, Alyssa? So glad you're here, girl. Hey, girl. I don't know why whenever I see you and Brianna, I feel like I have to go, hey, girl, what up? Hey, girl. And just so you know, Alyssa, Katie lady is here. But you can't see her because she's eating dinner. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint y'all. Well, she's here. Awesome. So glad you're here. We're letting some people tune in. I think the youths are just remembering it's 7 o'clock. Because I'll be honest, I almost forgot it was 7 o'clock. Oh, she knows you said hi. I did make Richard and Taylor dinner tonight, and they came by and just swooped it up real quick. Kellen the chef. It's focused. Ooh, I'm really shiny, huh? Was shiny. Cool. Yeah, I made dinner. It was awesome. It was very good. Thank you, Jesse. It really did actually take some of the shine off. My face was really shiny. Well, cool. I'm glad you guys are here. This is what... So you tie your... Well, I can't really do it. Taylor Clatt, that is. Hey, Taylor Clatt. Got Taylor Kubo and Taylor Clapp. TK all the way. Hey. That was weird. Don't know why I started singing that. So glad you guys are here. This is what we're going to do tonight. I have figured out and specified what is going to happen tonight. First of all, I'm going to show you what is sitting over here. I'm going to show you guys some of my collection. Let's see. We got some pops. Oh, look at that. Spider-Man. We got some pops sitting over here. What else? This is one of my favorite ones. Venom. But Venom. That was my Eminem. Anyway, that was weird. But no, this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do a question answer. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from you, and I want to answer questions. Now, what are the rules you're asking? Because you're probably sitting there, Kellen, what are the rules? What are the rules? The question and answer. Well, I'll tell you the rules. Don't talk like that. That's the first rule. Stop talking like that. Oh, Jesse, before I get to the rules, I bought those shoes. They arrive tomorrow. My Jordan 1 mid mindfulness Luka Doncic's first collab shoe I'm getting tomorrow. Paid $5 extra for that shipping because I wanted them ASAP. But I did get the shoes. Oh, the rule. What are the rules? What are the rules? All right, the rules are this. Yes, me and my shoes. Am I a sneaker head? Yes, I am. Am I a sneaker head? Yes, I am. And so is my little friend, Uncle Joel. Uncle Joel he's my uncle, aka I'm his uncle, but I call him Uncle Joel because I'm weird. But the rules today for the question, I want any and all questions. Now, you guys know first rule, they have to be appropriate. Don't be typing weird, inappropriate questions out there. I want to see, because we do have someone monitoring, and they will kick you off the chat if we get anything inappropriate. But I want to answer any questions. If you have questions about my childhood, if you have questions about things I've done, if you have questions about anything, Richard, I promise you, if you put a deep theological question that is going to put me on the spot, that I have to dig deep in my bag of thoughts and I will be embarrassed because this is being broadcast live, I promise you, I will go to your house and take my food back. That was weird. It got weird. Sorry. That was rule one. And that got weird. I broke the rule. But any and all questions, I want to answer questions that you guys have about me. If you're curious about my future, if you're curious about my past, if you're curious about my right now, any questions, all questions. I will not answer how much money I make, so do not ask that. But you can ask pretty much anything. Ooh. You can ask anything else under the sun. So we're going to open up now. So if you guys start putting questions there, I'll just start reading them. And it can be silly questions to kick us off. It could be goofy questions. It doesn't matter. Just any question. Taylor Lottigan writes, where is your favorite place I've ever traveled? Great question, Taylor. That's such a good question. My favorite place I've ever traveled was Moncton, Canada. Last year, in a couple of weeks, a year ago, I went to Canada for the first time. It's a country that I've always wanted to visit. And I got to go there with my now fiance, then girlfriend. And we got to visit Prince Edward Island. It was gorgeous. We had lobster on the cheap, but it was the best lobster I've ever had. We got to do a lot of stuff, huh, babe? Yes. We did a lot of things that we got to explore and eat and taste. So I would say Moncton, because it was far east. It was way east Canada, and it was beautiful. So far, I'm going to Tokyo next year, so that might trump it. But the trumpet, you guys know never mind. I got ran over by a Porsche. Okay, what is my favorite food? Easy. I'll give you two answers because there's two answers. One, I love hamburgers. Hamburguesas, so good, love them. I like home burgers a lot more than fast food burgers, but I love hamburgers. Like Steve Lonigan makes dope burgers, so good. Love burgers, and then also strawberries. Just the fruit strawberry, I love those. Oh no, my favorite Avengers movie. That's hard. The first one was great because they brought them all together and it was IMAX. The second one was, I hit the mic, sorry. The second one was great because that's where Vision came in, and I think that's fantastic. The third one was awesome, obviously, because it was, what was it? Oh, Infinity War. Wow, why did I forget that? Infinity War, last one. I would probably say my favorite Avenger movie is, that's so tough. Gigi, you stumped me. It's between Infinity War and it's between Endgame. But Endgame gets me when Captain goes, Avengers, assemble. Oh, that was amazing. And for that sign alone, or that moment alone, I love that whole scene, obviously, when he picks up the hammer. But my favorite is when it's him and Thanos, and all you hear is on your left. That I freaked out in the fact that it was one of his best friends that used a callback to when they first met, which was on your left. It was just, I loved that whole scene. That was long answer to say, probably Endgame because of that. Who's my biggest inspiration right now? Next to my beautiful fiance, because she's very inspiring. I cooked dinner because she inspired me to do that. So I would say Katie, obviously, on a heart-to-heart personal level, on a professional and just where I want to go in life. This guy named Brad Montague, he's one of my mentors. If you guys know anything about Pastor Chris, he always talks about how he has mentors that don't even know that he's mentoring him. And one guy's Brad Montague. If you ever heard of Kid President, he created Kid President, the moniker for this kid named Robbie. And he's written a couple of books, and he is he has a thing called we need to become like joy rebels and let the world know about joy. And he's such an incredible human. I learned so much creatively. Good night, could say creatively. And he just has the perspective of adults not growing up, being like maturing, but not growing up and losing our imagination. So he's probably my biggest inspiration right now. Great question, Richard. I knew you would ask. You're a deep thinker. I love it. McKenna asks, who's my favorite music artist? That is the single, I think, toughest question you can ask anyone. I would say about Hanson. Remember, I'm just kidding, not Hanson. If you don't know who Hanson is, look it up. Bop. I would say favorite musical artist. Childish Gambino. Now, these are going to be artists that I'm not going to say you need to go listen to their music. But Childish, wow, I cannot speak. You know, I'm gonna say an artist right now that is I just love Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum, an actor. Yes, he was the guy in Jurassic Park with the sunshades and all that. Ran from the T-Rex. That actor put out a jazz album that I have on vinyl sitting right over there. It's incredible. He plays the keys and he brings people in to sing. That's probably my jam right now. I'm gonna say that. Jeff Goldblum and his orchestra is just incredible. Let's see. What age did I decide to become a Christian? Riley, getting deep like Richard with these questions. Because I like how you asked it. You didn't ask, when did I become a Christian? You asked when I decided to become a Christian. I think those are two different things. I think for you guys growing up, you identify with Christianity and being a Christian because your parents do. And I think that's awesome. That's awesome that your household, if your household is like that, you're raised in that. But when I decided for myself to be a Christian, Riley, I just want to commend you real quick. Great way of wording that. That was a great way of wording that for people to hear. But I would say the day I decided to become a Christian was with Pastor Chris. He was my middle school pastor. He wasn't a high school guy. He was the middle school pastor. And we were in the fellowship hall, which was the old church, but it was the kids' building, and that's where the middle schools met. And he talked about Jesus dying on the cross. If you guys ever heard me talk about it, I can sometimes get detailed. I learned that 20 years ago from Pastor Chris, and it's been stuck in my head. I think that was the moment where he details how Jesus died and the actual mechanics and physics of what crucifixions are, to why he did what he did. And because of that teaching, I really love when Jesus in the garden, which you could take a few days or some time prior, I don't know the actual timeline, but sometime prior, he's in the garden. But it was probably in middle school. I'm going to say 7th grade in middle school. I don't remember the day. I'm not good at remembering things like that, but I do remember where I was in the fellowship hall, underneath where Richard would know this, underneath where the fireplace is in the old fellowship hall. I was sitting there after he described it, and I was praying. And that was the moment. So, great question. Great question. That was weird. Thank you, McKenna. I got the Avengers timeline. If you guys want me to just start quoting the Avengers, I can not really do that. Taylor asks, what's my favorite book ever? Oh, Hunger Games. The second book was really good. That's not my favorite book ever. It's got to be the Bible. I'm just going to say that. I mean, it is, but I know what you're asking. I would say my favorite book that I've ever read, it's probably going to be, man, this one's tough. Because it was a school book we had to read called The Maltese Falcon. It was like an old school 1920s mystery book this is a good question. Actually, my books are over there. I love me some comic books. Does that count? I'll come back to that one. Best concert I've ever been to? Easy. Been to 2 Justin Timberlake concerts, 2 different times, 2 different tours. Awesome. I've been to Chance with Richard. Richard let me tag along with his friends. I was the old guy trying to be cool. Tag along to a Chance the Rapper concert that was in a small venue. It wasn't even like big stadiums. It was well before, and Richard will test, he'd been loving some Chance before he got mainstream, but it was before that, and it was awesome. I've seen Bruno Mars in Vegas, went there for Taylor's birthday. It was amazing. It was incredible. My favorite concert, and Richard knows the answer to this, when he took me, Richard, for my birthday, I believe, Gambino, in the middle of Joshua Tree National Park, in the middle of the desert. They had us put our phones away, locked our phones so we couldn't take video or pictures. We went in this dome that had a laser show and music that he hadn't released yet. So we were listening to brand new music. So Richard and I had to wait maybe I don't want to exaggerate, maybe 3, 4, somewhere in between their months, I'll say between 2.5 and 4 months before we can listen to the album. It was my favorite experience. I don't know how it's going to top, or who's going to top that, but that was just an incredible experience. Where am I at? Where am I at? Best concert? Bring the heat. Best childhood memories. People do what they don't know the words. I'm doing a lot of inside jokes to Richard right now. Memories. Best childhood memory. That's a great question. You guys want to hear? Okay, I'm going to tell a story. This is one of the funniest stories to me. It's one of those family stories where you tell it and you laugh really hard and you have fun memories. Everyone else is like, that's weird. One time, my brothers, I have a lot of childhood memories, but one that always makes me laugh consistently is when my brother Robert, my older brother Robert. I've mentioned him a few times. My mom took us to we went to like a resort hotel type thing, and my mom had left. She and her friends went out to be an adult, go eat or whatever, and we were in the place, and we were there. We had it's a cool resort hotel, so like we had all this stuff, and I decided to make popcorn. And your boy put the popcorn in the microwave for, I don't know. It was longer than the recommended amount of time. It started to burn. And then, just hear me out. We boys ruined a lot of things our mom tried to do nice for us, just so you guys know. There's a whole Christmas story that I don't want to tell here because it's very long and I'll tell you at a different time. But burnt it. The whole house, the whole room smelled like smoke. And the alarm went off, started going off. And we pull it out, and it's like burnt. It looked like a burnt waffle patty. Mom comes back, yelling and screaming. And me and my brothers, before she came home, we called it burnt chocolate because it was chocolate, black, brown. It was dark. And so to this day, if we're ever sitting around, we'd be like, man, I want some burnt chocolate right now. And we will just die laughing. It was a fun memory. Long answer, but the class have great questions. Let's see. What was your favorite and least favorite subject in school? Least favorite PE. Couldn't stand PE. Why? Because it was doing absolutely nothing and it was wasting my time. And the requirements were garbage. I did not like PE at all. I only took 1 year in high school. Then I opted out the rest of the years. Favorite class outside of an elective, because I don't want to count electives because it was ROTC, which was Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, which was awesome. But aside from electives, I would say my favorite class is English. Love English. I loved English, loved learning English. Spanish was cool too, but I really liked English I was just good at writing papers. So you're saying the fall of man happened in the garden and it got saved in the garden? Oh, it did, son. Richard dropping bars and dropping bars. I'm so weird. When did I know I wanted to become a pastor? Taylor, great question. I knew I wanted to become a pastor in, I'm going to say 8th grade, 9th grade, somewhere between 8th grade and 9th grade. Before that, I wanted to be an actor. Even though I was really shy and quiet, I started doing some on-stage stuff, and I thought it was awesome. And so I kind of thought I wanted to do that. But then when I started coming into my shell, or coming out of my shell, whatever the expression is, because like hermit crabs, when they grow, they go to another shell. So coming into my new shell, making up an expression. It was around 8th and 9th grade. I kind of knew I wanted to be a pastor at that point. So yeah, it was going into high school for a while. The Bible, Shannon, is a great book. Excuse me, I just burped. Richard, fire. My favorite Candelaria? It's Harper. I'm not even going to fake the funk. I'll tell you real quick. Alyssa, you're my favorite oldest Candelaria child. Okay? Jude's my favorite youngest Candelaria child. Alexis is my favorite second oldest Candelaria child. My third favorite, you guessed it, Uncle Joel. But my favorite that I will hug and lay on the floor with, and you know this, is Harper and love her. But I love you so much, Alyssa, because you're dope. You're probably like the most baller of all. I'll say that. You're the most baller. Harry Potter is the right answer. I only read the first 3 books. Sorry. What's your favorite animal? Oh, easy. Favorite animal, not a pig. You would think it's a pig. I think it's becoming a pig. This is Katie's favorite, one of Katie's favorite animals. Mine is sea turtles. Again, you thought I was going to say more. And kangaroos, but sea turtles. Lovely Bones. I heard it was sad. I don't want to read it because I heard it was sad. So I probably won't read it sad. Chance, great. Love Harry Potter sunglasses. I'm so far behind, guys, so I'm just kicking. What's your favorite age? Like, Gigi, before I answer this, I want to specify my favorite age that I lived or that I enjoy just. So ask me that question, I'll answer it. What favorite age that was? All of those ones you just mentioned were with us. Well, yeah. I know that was. I went to a lot of concerts. Oh, that I lived. Okay, Gigi specified favorite age that I lived. This might be. I might figure out a way to make this. If I make a website and we need like a logo, we might make it a pig, and this might be our. That'd be fun. I thought about that today when I was streaming. You guys like, who's he? Katie's over here. My favorite age. Whew, you guys are some tough questions. 18. And not because it was like, oh, I was out of the house. It was because I learned at 18 in college who I wanted to become. Not what I want to do, because I know I was going to be a pastor, but 18 is when I really discovered, outside of some of my basic moral truths that I've learned from the Bible and that I've decided, 18 was when I had a friend say to me, and I think I've told this before, but one of my good friends, Mimo, he told me, Kellen, you don't have to try so hard. We already like you. That moment was like pivotal in my world. He's still one of my great friends. Talked to him last week. Actually, a couple days ago, he texted a group text. So that was probably my favorite age, was 18, because I really got to self-discover all that stuff. Let's see. People live like people do. I'm so behind. Intentionally, I would have liked PE, but it was, I dress out and all right, we're gonna run a mile today. People would walk it and then like, what? Why are we doing this? If I had to pick one job other than pastor, actor, I would be an actor. Turtles scare you? Which I want to ride one. I wish they were big enough for me to ride. Like, whoa! I would totally ride one. What about the soup? Soup. It's in the cabinet, and I drank some soup on Monday. It may have been our mascot. I'm pretty sure I ate our mascot, the specific can I kept using. Sorry. Who's the most famous? I've only actually met a few being like one or two. Conan, met. I've seen, but like actually met. Okay, so I met Usher, and he invited me to the club. Not even kidding. That's the intro of my book. The day I met Usher, and he invited me to the club. That's what happened. And so Usher, I've met Conan O'Brien. We chatted for a minute or two. I had a conversation, and I got to meet Jimmy Kimmel. We also chatted for a few minutes, me and Jimmy Kimmel. Who else? I met a bunch of like church pastors, like Andy Stanley, I'll say, and some people may know who that is. I met Andy Stanley. That was cool. Memories. I think that's about it. Let's see. Our City, Our Soup. I love that. Taylor asked, what sport did I play when I was younger? Oh, easy. I'll list them off. Basketball when I was in third and fourth grade. Baseball, 5th and 6th grade. I didn't play a sport in 7th and 8th because I played the saxophone. I was in band, and that took a lot of time. High school, I did ROTC, but my junior year, I ran track, and I ran the 110 hurdles, the 410 hurdles, and that was about it. So yeah, so I did baseball and track and field, and I lettered when I did track, so I have lettermans from that. Great questions. Favorite movie quotes? Oh, you're gonna have to let me think about that one because I see now I just have memories stuck in my head. Memories. One of my new favorite quotes is Jellicle cat and Jellicle too. Jellicle. Da-na-na-na. Katie and I went and saw the Cats movie. It is terrible. And I will randomly jump into Jellicle cats and Jellicle too. Jellicle. Oh man. Everyone loves a Slinky, Slinky. That Ace Ventura. Oh, that's one of my favorite quotes from Ace Ventura. Here we go. Ace Ventura's at a party, number 2, and he's talking, and a guy comes down with a monocle, and he goes, and wearing a fur and coat, and they were there for like a killing animals thing, whatever. And he goes, punches the guy, picks him, and goes, and he flips the guy's head over, and he goes, do not climb go, or do not pass go, do not collect $200. Sorry, got all blurry. I'm going in and out. My bad, guys. Let me fix that. Oh, no. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry, is my voice not matching? I think it's buffering. I don't know why I'm talking like that. There's so many quotes. I don't know. I can't. That's hard on the spot. Sorry, Richard. I'll think of more. Yeah, RIP soup. I drank that soup. I'll buy some more. If I could relive one moment in my life, what would it be? I don't want to make you guys all sad, but I would. I'm going to be sad thinking about it. If I could relive a moment, try not to cry because that was a great question. The Clat girls are coming strong with the deep questions. If I could relive one moment, it would be one time. So my grandpa passed away 11 years ago. He passed in 2009. And one thing that my mom used to love for us to do is when we would go visit him, before we would go, we'd go to my grandpa's. Now, let me give you a backstory. He was blind. He was bedridden because he had a stroke. And so he was paralyzed on his left side. And he had a couple of minor strokes as well, and then a couple of heart attacks. So he was bedridden the last years of his life. And so we would go into the room, and he never saw me. He was blind in 77, so he never saw any of the kids, but he knew our voices. And so we'd go into the room, say hi to him, and then before we left, we'd all go say bye. But my mom, when Space Jam came out, loved the song I Believe I Can Fly. And so she's like, why don't you guys sing that for your grandpa? And we knew the song. We listened to the Space Jam soundtrack because we loved Space Jam was the jam. And so sorry if I'm doing this. My nose is itchy because I need to trim my mustache. It's tickling my nose. So we'd go into the room and we would sing I Believe I Can Fly to the thing before we'd go. And it was just, I think about doing that. We were embarrassed at the time, but looking back, like, I wish I had my grandpa, and I love those moments. So that's one thing I would relive. Great question. Great question. I'm going to move forward because I got to get through this. And if I keep thinking, it's going to make me cry. So Blake Lonnie said, if you could live in one time period, what would it be? I'll be honest. If we can be real, I'm being real, ready? Any time in American history prior to the 60s, it seemed really hard for Black people. I'm not going to just say it. The Roaring 20s was probably awesome when you watch film. Probably not very awesome if I were to go back in time to that period. So with that said, I would probably want to go back to Garden of Eden. I would want to see that time period, the beginning of Earth. Uh-oh. Sorry. Let me check. I'm going to check my Wi-Fi real quick. We're back. Uh-oh. Is it stop? Is it paused? Oh, no. All right. I think I'm back. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Sorry if it lagged. My internet was being weird. It says that I'm rolling. It says you guys. Okay, good. Sorry. My internet, it got weird. Sorry about that. If you guys can hear me, thank you, Gigi. Cool. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I go see Adam and Eve back then. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Anyone else? Live stream buffering? Yeah, I think it's so. Just to give you back, I have two like internet lines, and your family may have that too. And I have like a 2G, which connects my like minor things, and I have a 5G for this. But For some reason, it connects to the wrong one. So hopefully this will be better. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm almost done anyways. We're going to wrap it up soon. Yeah, it's buffering a bit. My apologies. My internet. Buffering, try refreshing. Cool. Sorry, guys. McKenna asked, what's my favorite pair of shoes? Oh, I got the Travis Scott's, the ones. I haven't worn them, but they're like one of my favorite pairs. I would say I have the ones. Are they here? Oh, no. Yeah, the ones that were the pink ones. Katie's going to go grab them for me. They're ones, but they change colors. So they start. Oh, yes. Let me see this one. Okay, these ones. So they're gray and black, but as you wear them down, they start to change color. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, as you wear it down, it starts to change. So this is going to be a pink soon, and this is going to be a dark red. So these are one of my favorite ones because I haven't quite gotten to the changing yet, but I need to wear them more. Not going anywhere. So, but those are some of my favorite pairs. And then I have some off-whites as well. The off-whites are dope. I haven't done anything with orange in a while. I wear them to orange because there's orange on them. But the off-whites, All Hallows Eve, look them up. They're dope. Great question, McKenna. Sorry, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Oh, it'd be America, but it'd be in Hawaii because it seems like life's very chill there. And I think not because it's Hawaii. I think they're very chill people, and I'd want to live there because, man, life gets stressful. Yeah, the internet's all backed up everywhere. Let's see. I'm going through. Show. Okay, now you guys are just talking to each other. Oh, my Dapper Dans. Okay, so I got a pair. This is so ridiculous. You guys don't judge me. I got a pair of Gucci shoes. I went to the mall with my friend and I bought Gucci shoes. I'm not telling you how much my Gucci shoes are, but they were more than I paid for more than all my other shoes, minus the off-whites. I'm telling you guys, I had a problem. But my Gucci's, they're nice. They're spelled Gucci with a Y. And Dapper Dan is a very famous trendy dude in New York that dresses people, and he designed with Gucci those shoes. So it's the only Gucci shoe to be spelled Guccy instead of I. So that's a dope pair. I think I went and saw Bruno in those. Bruno met me in those. I never met Bruno Mars. I'm lying, but I met those other people I did talk about, but not Bruno. All right, next to the next thing. All right, I'm going to answer just a couple more. I need to. Sorry, guys. It's a habit. I'm going to put my hands here. It's a weird habit I have. How many shoes do I have? Let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 32 if you include my flip-flops and slides. It's a lot of shoes. A lot of shoes. If I can meet anyone that I haven't met, meet anyone. Oh, I'm losing. Jim Henson. He created the Muppets, Kermit, and all that. I would love to sit down with Jim Henson. Obviously, and I know a lot of people say it, but Martin Luther King. The more I learn about him, the more I learn about progression in the world. It's something that someone that I would want to meet. So those two, and Jesus. So always have to throw out Jesus because I would love to meet him. Great question, Alyssa. Thank you for that. Listen. I ain't got no more money after those Gucci. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I have a lot of shoes. I'll take a picture and I'll put it in our group me if you guys want to see. Bruh, yeah, dude, that's what happens when you make money. And at the time when I started, listen, when you make a lot of money, you don't know what to do with it. That's what happens. I can because I'm counting through I have 4 in that row. I have 3 in that one. I have 4 in that one. I have 3 or 4. I mean, 31 or 32. And then I counted my rows on the things. That's how I roll. Let's see. Blake, you should only have 3 pairs of shoes. Your parents don't need to buy you 32 pairs of shoes. Wait till you get a job. Favorite Bible character minus Jesus? It's Moses. Oh, no, it's lagging for me. My internet. Uh-oh, guys, we might have to wrap up soon because my internet's getting jumpy. Moses. Love his story. Love his conviction. I love his calling. I love that God fulfills his promises and fulfills what he says. He told, and I'll just sum it up with this. He told Moses not a punishment, but as a consequence to his actions, that Moses would never see the promised land, that he never, enter into the promised land that he promised him because of his actions at one point in the Bible. And God fulfills what he says. He gets to a mountain where he sees the promised land, where he's up there with God. He sees the promised land, and then he dies. And it doesn't say what happened to him, but I like to believe that God buried him because he died up there, waltzed with God while seeing God's promised land. I just love how God fulfills his promises of the promised land, keeps his word, say, hey, if you do this, there's going to be consequences because he's a good dad, and he does that. But Moses spends his last moments with God, and Moses' story, he's great question. He's a baller. I do know my shoes. Holla. All right, guys. Favorite fast food place used to be McDonald's. Haven't had it in almost a year and a half. So yay me, trying to stick to something I said I would do. So Del Taco. I think I subbed it for Del Taco. I love me some Del Taco. But I'm trying not to eat a bunch of fast food, especially because we be quarantined. Soup. Oh, I love soup. Favorite kind of soup? Oh, man, you guys are pumping out the questions. Favorite kind of soup? Miso is probably my new favorite. And then homemade, Miss Brenda Harrell makes an amazing homemade chicken noodle soup, which is bomb. I love all types of soup. I like pea soup, which sounds funny out loud. I love tomato bisque. Lobster tomato bisque, amazing. Is that a cat in the box? All right. Oh my gosh. No, stop it. I don't know what's happening and I don't like it. I feel old. What's up with the cat in the box? I don't like it. I don't know where these emojis are. All right. It's going off the rails. Did I miss any questions? Cat in the box gang. All right. Before we go, everybody, I want everyone to put a bunch of cat in the boxes. I'm going to try to find it right here. Let's see if there we go. Cat in the box. Is this a cat in the box? Did I post it? I don't know. All right, guys, my computer is lagging. I think it's just the internet's kind of whack right now. So this is what I'm going to do. Love you guys. Before you guys start leaving, I want to remind you that church services on Sunday have changed. I know your parents know, but I just want to let you know. 9 o'clock and 10:45. We want to see you guys there Sunday watching the service with Pastor Chris. Also, we still will have our night services at 7 o'clock. That's not changing. That's the same. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, guys. Now it's a tick, and I'm rubbing my nose just because of a tick. Yeah, we want to see you guys Sunday. Love you guys so much. We're going to finish our stress series this Sunday. Yeah. You guys have such a great night. Take care. Oh, good. Everyone say goodbye. Perfect. I want everyone to say goodbye. I don't like when people don't say goodbye. All right. I'll take care, guys. I got a rug to lay down on the floor. We got a new rug. Woohoo! Oh, love you.